My shout out today goes to Blue, the creator of Golden Paracosm, on his new channel. Reason being is that his current channel has just been hit by a seemingly random hacking spree, and they've completely destroyed the channel, and his subs are plummeting as they are flooding his feed with copyrighted content, and it's actually in one case got his channel striked. They also gained control of his AdSense account and stole quite a large sum of money, and the fact that this was terrible luck and seemingly random makes it all the more hard to accept. He has a new channel, though it might be a while before he remakes his near 6,000 subscribers, so go and consider giving his new channel a sub. The current stale climate of GD has caused multiple new fan-made innovations to spring up, and the latest is a new game client that, in my opinion, has enormous potential, named Geometry Dash Ultimate. Geometry Dash Ultimate is a project created by Quaz, the architect of a number of GD projects, including Geometry Dash Dungeon, which was featured by Partition recently, and a few of his friends. Geometry Dash Ultimate is arguably his most ambitious project ever, aiming to take the GD experience onto a private server and revolutionise it with a ton of new features. Private servers have always been a thing in Geometry Dash before, but this is by far the most forward-thinking one we've ever seen. With over 1,000 members already, it integrates a lot of the fan requests and things we wanted to see in the game for a long time now. Some of the features include its own local demons list, its own set of moderators with more freedom than the current moderators, additional creator point controls to reward creators who make exceptional levels with more creator points, timed map packs, harder quests based on probability, and a bunch of tools to invalidate the need to go into the game's files. With this game, you can change the texture pack, pick any song, re-upload any level from the main game, use an inbuilt FPS bypass, and just so much more. All this is coupled with its own growing community. The Geometry Dash Ultimate project has its own Discord server with event organising, wiki managers, and a place to submit your own requests for things you would like to see in the game. There's a PC launcher and there's also an Android version. Mac users will have to wait at this point, but the PC version is the main thing, taking advantage of the full power of this innovative idea. The team also fixed a lot of stuff wrong with the current client. The leaderboards work, user profiles have verified ticks, and the 1.2 update that is planned will feature tournament modes and tournament coins. They even have public toolsets available for GDU, which can be found on the Discord. Quaz and his team are unequivocal in saying that they are not trying to replace Geometry Dash itself, but this could create an amazing new community with an adaptation to re-spark some enjoyment and energy in the zeitgeist. I've never before backed a project like this, but this is all on the plate for you really. If this is up your alley, then you will be welcomed into their community with open arms while gaining access to the wealth of new features. I'll include some links on how to gain access to this great opportunity in the description, and they also have a Patreon to support the amazing work their team have put in so far, so if you could consider donating to that and getting behind the project, I and the entire team would appreciate it. Geometry Dash Ultimate is available now and you should most definitely go and play it. Audio Expulsion, the third level in Good Smile's audio series, has been verified by Luqualizer in what stands to be one of his biggest career achievements so far. The audio series began back in 1.9 with Audio Excursion, a mega collab hosted and verified by Good Smile, which was an insane demon difficulty around the time that demon mega collabs were starting their golden age. Something Good Smile underestimated was the difficulty, not realising how hard the community would find it, and so when he moved on to the sequel, Audio Extraction, it was deemed to be an extreme demon and was well anticipated. It took 18,000 attempts before its release in 2.0 and took several months to be rated. However, when it did, it was placed within the top 15, setting the precedent for the third level to be extreme. Well, since this time, Good Smile has stepped back from the game, and by the time that the third chapter was completed and ready for verification, it fell to another adept 60Hz player's hand, Luqualizer. Luqualizer has beaten what he deems to be tougher stuff in the form of Black Blizzard, but with a long level of extreme difficulty the whole way through, he certainly has his work cut out for him. A scare came about a few weeks ago when Luqualizer dropped all his other projects, including the next level we will talk about due to school, but he still promised to see this through and now he's done it. The level is definitely in the top 50, but we'll have to wait for list moderators to play it and be the judge of the difficulty to determine a specific spot. That is, if it even gets rated in GD's current state. Audio Expulsion is out now, and you should definitely go and play it and give it a like and rate it so that it can help get the extreme demon rating it rightfully deserves. Around the same time he reached 100,000 subscribers, SrGuillester has verified Zylenox's remake of an old, formerly impossible level named End of the World. End of the World that is, the original version by Demon Clown, was a very random and strange old impossible level which gained brief popularity around the time that Silent Clubstep and the similar likes of impossible levels were in their popularity peak. It appeared in some top lists, but its terrible gameplay gained some relevance in 1.9 when former Team N2 leader Repel tried to make progress on it. It then went dormant for a while before 60Hz beast Luqualizer picked it up in 2.1 for a strange unique project. In April last year, with far less fame than he has now, Luqualizer surprised everyone by verifying the old impossible level and doing it on 60Hz. It was then SrGuillester, who was fresh off the back of getting a 144Hz monitor and was powering through demons, who beat the level first. As with many of these kinds of levels, rebirths are required to bring them into the scope of RobTop's ratings, and so a remake was built. It fell to Zylenox, for whom SrGuillester had already verified another similar impossible level remake, The Big Black, to build the rebirth. Once finished, Luqualizer was ready to revisit the pain and stress of the level again, but more recently he has been struggling to balance his school commitments with GD. He dropped End of the World to focus on the aforementioned audio Expulsion. Naturally, it fell to SrGuillester, and he breezed through it with no trouble. This may be due to the refresh rate difference, as Guillester has claimed that when he beat the original, that the refresh rate had a major role in the timing difficulty of the level, but nonetheless this is still a great achievement and a unique level. Gully has now exceeded 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and Luqualizer has finished his main project, so it's likely we will see less activity from him now. But whatever the case, this is still a great level and a positive new development for GD. End of the World is out now and you should go and play it. Rumours have been going around the community recently that TehTactiq, now appropriately named TehRedux Guy, may have revealed his next Redux level target. TacTiq's fame from his Redux series began about a year ago when Zephyl verified Stalemate Redux, and it initially placed at number 1 on the Demons list. Many people liked the level, and the change up in formula it brought was combining a famous blast from the past. After this, TacTiq revealed Breakout Redux, a level that he was unable to finish but was picked up as a mega collab by Mindcap's team. This has very recently been verified by Wave to make it a top 10 extreme demon, and it now seems as if TacTiq, who is supposedly still waning in activity due to military service, has revealed his pick for his third Redux level. In late August, he was streaming and was seen to have started a layout with the song Screamroom by Extralaw, used in a couple of pretty memorable demons throughout the updates. The layout was called Screamroom, the same name as a hard demon level by Condor that gained popularity through Riot and Andromeda in 2.0. The gameplay was seen to be similar in structure as well, a common trait in Redux levels, and another clue came when he was seen playing a copyable of Screamroom later on. All these factors seem to suggest that Screamroom might be his next target for a Redux level. However, how it will come about and whether it will be finished by him or overseen by somebody else like Breakout Redux was remains to be seen. For now though, this is just something to keep in the back of your minds. After over a year in development and months in waiting for this day, the final full run of the completed version of Woodkid has been revealed, and I have to say, it's looking absolutely dazzling. Woodkid was tipped to be a legendary demon back in mid-2017, but it soon became apparent how many flaws there were in the overly ambitious project, with both difficulty and design ruling out the majority of the community from experiencing it. After N-Level quit last time, Jake is set to work tidying, redesigning and generally revising the entire level to make it a less wasteful project, while also making some surprisingly nice additions to the colour scheme from a once completely black and white level. It now seems as if Jake has outdone himself. The full level combines a subtle palette of colours with outlandish designs, and even with the likes of Catharsis, we've never seen such an ambitious project. Interestingly, the second half of the level had been incredibly secret for a large part of Woodkid's development, and Jakers has now revealed this, where the colour scheme moved into a heaven-like theme. Jakers has had some help developing the art, and every part of this looks amazing, and it has some boobs in it also, so all the 10-year-old GD fanboys are nutting. We don't know yet what's happening with the verification, with Bold Step's departure and everything, but there will be no shortage of applicants to throw themselves at this project, so hopefully we won't have to wait long. I'm really excited to see what the future holds for this level. Catalyze, the upcoming sequel to Zafkill, which has had an amazing reception by the community, has been dropped by its verifier Varthox. Catalyze was started not too long after the Noctafly hacking scandal, and was so initially set to be easier than its prequel, but it soon came to be in the hands of Varthox and continued buffing it to a now top 5 level. There was a setback in the road when Varthox lost a copyable he had which had buffs, balances and progress, and it seems like he won't be able to bounce back from this now, having been dormant ever since due to his vacation, but since coming back and having simply no motivation to play the game anymore. The new verifier, however, is DiamondSplash, currently the best player in the world and no stranger to verifying extremely difficult levels after his Spatial Rend victory at Christmas. Let's hope he will deliver this, as Catalyze was gaining enormous community backing for its amazing decoration, courtesy of its new decorator Zephyrox. Club host Anubis has uploaded a full run of the layout for his upcoming Extreme Demon level Knight Rider. Knight Rider features some incredibly high profile names in the community and has been highly anticipated for several months now. We have seen a lot of parts, but no smooth run has ever really been assembled. But now, with the finishing of all the parts, Nobleboy has recorded a full cut run of the level with start positions, and Anubis has uploaded it for us to see. As expected, it has some great sync and very interesting gameplay, but there's still no evidence of decoration yet, as it seems the cyberpunk theme is still being worked on after the creator contest. But this is still a step in the right direction, and something we can look forward to. Once again, there isn't a lot going on with the list this week. There has been one new entry. Vendetta by Zenthrix and others has been verified by Farzinj and has been placed at 43rd. This entry pushes the last of the Team N2 levels out of the top 50, and Bloodbath is very close to the drop too, being only 4 places of 50th and 47th. Idols by Zafkill and many other influential Spanish creators has been added to the list and currently sits just outside the top 50 at 51st, but given how some of the big players have been struggling on it, perhaps it will be moved up above Downbase soon. Nothing else much has been happening really. As for the stats viewer, DiamondSplash is imminently about to overtake Sonics, but in the last day or two, Sonics has started streaming again, so it's pretty difficult to see how the race for the world's best will play up, and it will depend on Sonics' new lease of activity.